August 9th, AD 378. The plains outside the city of Adrianople, in what is today northwestern Turkey. The Emperor Valens led his army, somewhere between 15 and 20,000 Roman soldiers, the best soldiers in the empire, toward a Gothic encampment. He believed he outnumbered the enemy. He believed his army was superior. He believed the battle would be quick, decisive, and glorious. He was wrong about all of it. The Gothic forces had drawn their wagons into a great circle, the lager, a defensive formation that was both shelter and fortress. But Valens did not know, or did not care, that the Gothic cavalry had not yet returned to the encampment. Negotiations were still supposedly in progress when his officers, impatient for glory, attacked. From the hills on the Roman flanks, the Gothic cavalry appeared. Thousands of horsemen, screaming, at full gallop, crashing into the exposed flanks of a Roman army, already tangled in its own advance. At the same moment, the Gothic infantry poured from behind the wagons. The Roman formation collapsed. What followed was not a battle. It was a slaughter. The Roman soldiers were so tightly packed by the pressure of the Gothic cavalry that many could not raise their arms to fight. They were crushed together, stabbing and dying in a mass of bodies, with no room to maneuver, no space to form lines, no order. Valens himself died on that field. History cannot say exactly how. Some sources say he fell in the fighting, others that he was wounded and burned alive in a farmhouse where he had taken shelter. His body was never found. 2/3 of his army died with him. Adrianople was not simply a defeat. It was a rupture. Rome had lost battles before, but Rome had never lost an emperor on the field of battle against an outside enemy. Not in centuries. The psychological earthquake was as devastating as the military loss. The Goths were still inside the empire. There was no mechanism powerful enough to remove them by force. Rome would have to negotiate. Rome would have to accommodate. Rome would have to treat the people it had enslaved and starved as military partners. Everything had changed. The empire that had called them barbarians now needed them to survive.